Today, our topic is the biggest philosophical questions we may never answer. Life is full of mysteries, and sometimes the questions we ask are more important than the answers we find. Some of these questions have been around for thousands of years, and even the smartest minds in history couldn't solve them. But that doesn't mean we should stop thinking about them. These questions help us grow, challenge our minds, and understand ourselves and the world better. Let's talk about some of these big questions and how they can inspire us to live better lives. One of the biggest questions is, why are we here? What is the purpose of life? This question has been asked by everyone, from ancient philosophers to modern scientists. Some people think life has no purpose, and we create our own meaning. Others believe there is a higher power, or a grand plan for us. The truth is, nobody knows for sure. But this uncertainty can be a source of motivation. If life has no fixed purpose, it means we are free to choose our own path. We can decide what matters to us and work toward it. This is both empowering and a little scary. It's up to us to make our lives meaningful. Another big question is, what happens after we die? Is there an afterlife, or do we simply cease to exist? This question has been at the heart of religions, spiritual practices, and scientific debates for centuries. The fear of death is one of the strongest fears humans have. But instead of being afraid, we can use this question to inspire us to live fully. The Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca believed that thinking about death can help us appreciate life more. They said that remembering we will die one day reminds us to focus on what truly matters. It's a call to stop wasting time on things that don't bring us joy or fulfillment. Another question that puzzles us is, do we have free will, or is everything predetermined? Are we truly in control of our actions, or are we just following a script written by fate, genetics, or the universe? This question is important because it affects how we see responsibility and morality. If we have free will, it means we are responsible for our choices. If we don't, it might mean we are not truly in control of our lives. While we may never know the answer, we can still act as if we have free will. This means taking responsibility for our actions, making conscious choices, and striving to improve ourselves. Even if our path is influenced by factors outside our control, we can still choose how we respond to challenges. Another big question is, what is the nature of reality? Are we living in a real world, or is everything an illusion, like a dream or a simulation? This might sound like science fiction, but it's a serious question in philosophy. Some thinkers, like René Descartes, wondered if they could trust their senses, or if everything they experienced was a trick. While we may never know for sure, this question reminds us to question our assumptions and stay curious. It encourages us to look deeper, to seek truth, and to not take things at face value. Life is full of layers, and sometimes the most interesting truths are hidden beneath the surface. Another question that has puzzled humans for centuries is, what is the meaning of good and evil? Are these concepts universal, or do they change depending on culture, time, or personal beliefs? This question is at the heart of ethics and morality. It's about figuring out how to live a good life and treat others with kindness and respect. While we may never agree on a single definition of good and evil, we can still strive to do what feels right. This means being honest, compassionate, and fair in our actions. It also means being willing to admit when we're wrong and learn from our mistakes. Another big question is, what is the self? Who are we really? Are we just our bodies? Or is there something more, like a soul or a mind? This question is about identity and consciousness. It's about understanding what makes us who we are. Some people believe the self is an illusion, and we are just a collection of thoughts, memories, and experiences. Others think there is something deeper, something that stays the same even as our bodies and minds change. While we may never fully understand the self, This question can inspire us to reflect on our lives. It encourages us to ask, am I living in a way that aligns with who I truly am? Am I being authentic, or am I just following what others expect of me? These are not easy questions, but they are worth asking. Another question that has no clear answer is, why is there something instead of nothing? Why does the universe exist at all? This is one of the deepest questions in philosophy and science. It's about the origin of everything, and it's a question that might never be fully answered. But instead of feeling overwhelmed by this mystery, we can use it to feel awe and wonder. The fact that we exist, that the universe exists, is extraordinary. It's a reminder to appreciate the beauty and complexity of life. Even if we don't know why we're here, we can still find joy in the journey. Another big question is, what is happiness, and how can we achieve it? This is a question that has been explored by philosophers, psychologists, and spiritual teachers for centuries. Everyone wants to be happy, but what does that really mean? Is happiness a feeling, a state of mind, or a way of life? The Stoic philosophers believe that happiness comes from within. They said that true happiness is not about having more things or achieving more success. It's about finding peace and contentment in the present moment. It's about accepting what we cannot change and focusing on what we can control. This is a powerful idea, and it's something we can apply to our own lives. Instead of chasing external rewards, we can focus on cultivating inner peace. Another question that challenges us is, what is the nature of time? Is time real, or is it just a human invention? This question is about understanding the past, present, and future. It's about figuring out how to live in the moment while also planning for the future. Some philosophers, like the Stoics, believe that the present moment is all we have. They said that worrying about the past or the future only takes us away from what's happening right now. This is a valuable lesson for all of us. Life is happening now, and if we're always thinking about what's next, we might miss it. Another big question is, what is love? Is it just a chemical reaction in the brain, or is it something deeper, something spiritual? This question is at the heart of human relationships. Love is one of the most powerful forces in life, and yet it's hard to define. While we may never fully understand what love is, we can still experience it and share it with others. Love is about connection, kindness, and compassion. It's about seeing the best in others and helping them grow. These are just a few of the big questions that philosophers have been asking for centuries. While we may never find the answers, the act of asking these questions can inspire us to live better lives. It reminds us to stay curious, to keep learning, and to never stop searching for truth. Life is full of mysteries, and that's what makes it beautiful. Instead of being afraid of the unknown, we can embrace it. We can use these questions as a guide to live with more purpose, more joy, and more meaning. So, let's keep asking the big questions. Let's keep exploring, wondering, and growing. Because in the end, the journey is what matters most.